up his own units with those colossi. So looks like I could control 4, 5, 6 of those things. He's losing a ton of units, and those corruptors are just tearing up what he has remaining. Now, fortunately, I did lose quite a few units as well, and I have those lings down there. However, if you notice, some of my unit minerals just plummeted to the ground, and that's me starting some ultralisks because they do so well against the stalkers and the colossi. So going in there, taking out what I can, and I got some zerglings because they're easy to get. They do very well against the other units, and I'm going to go ahead and take out what I can. Got a few of those infested, or a few of those ultralisks up, and a few of the infestors still. So infestors try to get, there's a grapple on one of them, and on the other, and the third one. And so I'm going to pick these things off while I still have a chance. I'm going to make them kill. I'm going to kill them while I still have control of them, so that he can't just blast all my units. And there go all 3 of his colossi to my infestors. So now it's time to take out his expansion. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Finish it off while I have the chance. Grab the additional zerglings that I have, and I'm going to get a couple more units there. So there goes that. Get those infestors out of the way, you're not doing anything. So the infestors and the other units drop down quite a few changelings because I want to get them all over in the bases. And here come the rest of my units. So those ultralisks are going to make real short work of the units he has. I do notice now, and I'm trying, if you can see, to grab the ultralisks I have at the base to get a good hit on these and there it is. There's 1, 2, and so I get some slows on that to keep him from getting us around on my units. Now, he did manage to get down and kind of pick on some of my units here. There are the other colossi that he has. I'm getting into this attack force here, and he's got 2 more colossi here. However, I am overwhelming him with ultralisks. You can see there's 7 ultralisks at this point, which are just going to chew through the units that he has. They do so very well against stalkers and colossi. And then there's an additional amount. So I got, it looks like 10 or 11 ultralisks here, which is a massive force for him to try to protect against. I mean, the only way he could do anything with it is if he could somehow conjure up quite a few secondary colossi type units. I'm forgetting what those are called. I want to call them phantoms. That's totally wrong. So having a mental block. So getting quite a few units here, getting some workers on that other expansion, and there goes his expansion there. I don't know what he's thinking he's going to do. I will probably end up getting some corruptors to work so very well with those ultralisks, and you can see that he's massing cannons here trying to protect himself against it, which is not going to do a whole lot. But what can you do? There's some stargates that tells me, oh, he's probably getting void rays. There's nothing else he's going to get that's going to counter those, and additional ultralisks. So you can see there are 12 ultralisks here, which I'm just using to chew through his base as best I can. They're just going to munch through everything he has there. Void rays will do very well against those ultralisks, given that they can't attack air and they have a real long time to just sit there and charge up on them. So you can see 12 ultralisks here, a couple of infestors, a few corruptors, but mostly just a big ground force to chew through everything that he has. So here we go. Going into the base, and he's got zealots, which are just going to get eaten alive, literally eaten alive by these ultralisks. So there goes the ultralisks into the base. They're going to start chewing that thing up real quick. And there they go. Flooding into the base, and they're going to do real well against the units that are there. And I've got quite a few infested Terrans there as well, picking off the units. There goes those, and you can just see these ultralisks just munching through everything he has. They do additional damage against buildings for people that don't know. And as you can see, I've just gotten a couple additional units, so probably some hydralisks or something, because I do know those void rays are coming, and I have nothing really to protect against them. Alrighty. So most of his base is going down here. He's not going to last too much longer. I've got quite a few hydralisks, quite a few corruptors, and a ton of ultralisks. Just a menacing, devastating force, especially this late in the game, against the few units he has. So here come the hydralisks and corruptors. They're going to pick off those void rays pretty easily. And there's no reason not to get some defensive units. So I do see that he's got some DTs there, so I'm going to get my units out while I have a chance. Those hydralisks are going to get picked on just a little bit, but I do have the ability to take out these void rays. So he's got some Dark Templars. I'm going to need to get a scan on those, but turning into some Broodlords. A couple of those. I still want to call them Guardians too. So there's the Overseer starting in there. And I got some Broodlords and Corruptors that are going to pick on his units pretty well. I probably could have left them as Corruptors, knowing that he's not going to take out most, if any, really, of my base, but we'll see. So there's those Corruptors, a couple of Broodlords, and I'm sending those back in again. So here we go with the Ultralisks. I don't know what he plans to do. Generally, most people to the left right now, but I don't think he's used to having somebody take advantage of his Colossi Stalkers like that. So and there we go. Taking out what he's got there. I do have the Overseer there, so he's not going to pick on me with any of his Dark Templars. Take out that Dark Templar shrine while I have a chance. And then it's time to head over to his expansion. And I do have those Hydralisks still that were sitting at my base, so... Oh, I don't like that you're up here, so I'm going to kiss your shuttle goodbye. Boom, pop, zit, gone. So I'm probably going to pull my other Guardians. Yeah, there they are. Here they come, the Broodlords there. I call them Guardians again. The Broodlord's up there because I want to pick him off in the background. Meanwhile, I'll spend the Hydralisk and Ultralisk down there at the bottom and a bunch of Zerglings now. One thing Void Rays do not do very well is kill off Zerglings. Large Zergling groups, and I've had a single Zergling army take out somebody with 7 or 8 Void Rays because they just do so little damage to a massive group of Zerglings. They just don't do very well against them. He's got quite a few Void Rays now, so he's trying to mass those. Obviously, he had a decent enough economy to pump those out, but against the army that I have of Hydralisks, he's not going to do very well. So he's picking off a few of my units, and there he goes. He's going